The Laws of Ascension, Chapter 21, Strength. The five of them walk in the opposite direction of the panther. After a while, they reach the end of the clearing. Sarah leads the group along the tree line for a while before finding an animal path. They walk onto it and go deeper into the woods. The animal path leads to a small lake where a group of 6 goblins are resting. They're wearing loincloths and holding wooden clubs. Their clubs come from large branches ripped off trees. A few of them still have leaves hanging off them. As soon as Sarah walks out of the tall bushes leading to the lake, the 6 goblins turn to face her. "Goblins!" she shouts, causing Rowan and Vera to run out of the bush. Lorik was already ready for it and ran out almost as soon as Sarah did. The 6 goblins all get ready to fight as they do. 3 of them were sitting down, so they jumped up and grabbed their clubs. As soon as Vera sees them gathered together, she smiles and draws her sword. "I got this!" she shouts while raising her sword above her head. Her blade gets engulfed in a deep, dark blue energy. It flows around her blade wildly as she swings down. The breath coming from the energy isn't from her law of destruction, though. As she swings, it flows out like a tidal wave. It tears up the ground and engulfs the goblins. They disappear from sight as the blue energy consumes them. The wave continues until it crashes into a tree. The tree splinters under the wave and collapses as the wave disappears. Where the goblins were is now a broken mess of dirt and grass. There's no trace of the goblins anywhere. "What was that?" Rowan asks after ensuring the goblins are dead. He relaxes his body, but doesn't put away his mace. "That's my soul ability," Vera replies before leaning on her sword. "I thought you said it was an attack that was equal to 10 of your regular ones?" "You didn't say anything about it sending out a wave of energy like that," Lorik says, causing her to chuckle. "I didn't. Anyway, I'm gonna need a minute before we continue," she says before walking over to the lake. "We should eat lunch now while we have water," Sarah replies before turning to Lorik. "Why don't you and Rowan cook up that boar?" She adds, causing Rowan to sigh. "I'm guessing you don't know how to gut this either?" Lorik asks with a smile while walking to a flat spot near the lake. Rowan shakes his head and follows him over. The two process the boar, but Rowan mainly watches. He doesn't know what to do, so he only takes the meat Lorik hands him. He sets it on a metal tray Cyrilda gave them. She only gives it to them to prevent them from getting sick from meat on the ground. It takes Lorik 2 full hours to fully process the boar. By the time he's done, his hands are stained completely in blood. Some of the meat had gone bad by now. That meat's been tossed in a pile next to Lorik. Sarah and Vera took some of the meat as he finished carving to start cooking. Before then, the two had gone and looked around for any more monsters nearby. "I thought a noble would be more squeamish when handling the guts of a boar," Lorik says teasingly after he's done carving. Rowan had kept watching the entire time, but not once did he look away or freak out when he was handed the raw meat and bones. "I don't like this, but I won't turn away just because of some guts," Rowan replies as Lorik walks over to the lake. He washes some of the blood off his hands. Fortunately for him and the others, the Academy uniforms have small cleansing stones acting as their buttons. So in a few hours, all the blood and the stench on him will disappear. Each cleansing stone is small enough to act as a button. As such, it would normally take days to clean a person. But since there are several of them, they speed it up. Once he's done, he walks over to the others sitting around a campfire. "Master, can I have my ring back to store the meat?" Lorik asks. "Nope. You'll just have to eat it all," Cyrilda replies. "I don't think we can eat that much," Vera says while looking at the pile of meat on the nearby metal tray. "You could dry it," Cyrilda suggests, causing Lorik to shake his head. "It takes too long to dry boar. It won't be ready until night at best if we use a fire. But this isn't the most ideal place to sleep, especially if we're going to be filling the area with the scent of slow-roasting meat." Lorik replies, causing Sarah to turn to him. "Is this area dangerous?" she asks. "Not particularly, but lots of wolves and goblins are set up nearby. They use this lake as a water source, so it's likely that they'll come later tonight and smell the meat." Lorik replies, causing her to sigh. "What if we start drying it tonight after moving somewhere else?" Rowan asks. "Yeah, that'll work. The fire will have to keep going all night, though. and it can't be too strong, otherwise it'll burn the meat. Lorik replies, causing him to nod. The four start eating and eat their fill. After the first batch, Lorik tells them which meat will be going bad soon. They cook and eat those ones first before putting out the fire. Cyrilda ate some food she brought with her again. The sun hangs low in the sky as they continue moving again. Lorik carries the metal tray as they go. As the evening sky appears overhead, Cyrilda gives Lorik permission to guide them somewhere safe for tonight. He leads the way to a small clearing a short way away from a river. They get there just before the sun sets and the night sky takes hold. Rowan, Vera, and Sarah quickly start gathering enough wood for a fire. Lorik starts setting up to smoke the meat. After he's done, it looks similar to when he hung the boar. The meat is held up by twine just a foot above the fire. It's in a row about 3 feet long and 1 foot wide. The ground below is burning with a small flame. Once the fire's going, Lorik leaves. He walks over to one of the largest nearby trees and climbs it. He comes back down a few minutes later with a bunch of large leaves. Each leaf is half his size and as wide as his waist. "What are those for?" Rowan asks as he returns just as the sun sets. "It's for the meat. It'll help keep the smoke and heat in." Lorik replies before dropping the leaves over the meat. He ties them with twine around the sides. Once he's done, all but the bottom of the fire has been covered with leaves. It looks like a small green tent. Had they not known what was inside, they might have thought it was a makeshift tent to sleep in. "Wouldn't that be a better place to sleep in?" Sarah asks after he's done. "No, it would only protect against rain. Besides, it takes too much effort to assemble every time." Lorik replies before yawing. They eat some more meat that they cooked earlier before heading to bed. They follow the same watch schedule as yesterday. Lorik told them what to do to keep the fire smoking the meat going. In the morning, once everyone is awake, he takes it down. The leaves had started to burn and shrink from the heat. This let some of the heat and smoke get out. "How'd you guys sleep last night?" Cyrilda asks as Lorik puts out the fire smoking the meat. "Good, I'm glad we haven't been woken up by monsters yet," Sarah replies. "How's the meat? Is it still good?" Vera asks Lorik as he starts taking them off the twine ropes. A few had fallen off and burnt up in the small flames. For the most part, a few fell and others went bad. Lorik says before dropping a few into the ashes below. He places the rest on the metal tray again. The others help themselves to it. Even Cyrilda tries some, before sighing. "Some spices or something would make this much better," she says, causing Sarah to chuckle. "We'd love to add some, but someone won't let us use our rings." She says as Lorik shrugs, "We still have some demon fingers," he says while pulling it out of his pocket. "No thanks," Rowan replies, as Sarah nods in agreement. Vera takes one and breaks it up. She sprinkles it onto her meat before taking another bite. Lorik just takes a bite straight from the demon finger. Cyrilda looks at him in shock as he swallows and takes another bite of the boar meat. "What the hell is your stomach made of?" she asks, causing him to laugh. "Hey, it's good," Lorik says before shoving the rest of the root into his mouth. Cyrilda looks even more shocked, like she just saw a ghost or something. Lorik calmly goes back to eating the boar meat. "Even if it's good, how can you just eat it raw like that?" she asks, causing Rowan to chuckle. "We had that same shocked reaction when we first saw it," Rowan says. "Apparently Lorik's been eating them raw for years. He said it was to strengthen his body, but now he's grown to like them." Sarah adds, "Yep, they're pretty tasty," Lorik says as Cyrilda sighs. "So what level has your physical strength reached?" Cyrilda asks him, causing him to look at her confused. "Physical strength has levels?" he asks her. "Yes, they're broken into 20 levels, 1 being the weakest and 20 being the strongest. Generally speaking, unless you go out of your way to train your body, you'll only get to level 5 at most. Even grand mages will only be level 5 in physical strength if we don't train. But you can only get up to level 8 with training. After that, you need to use items containing laws to refine and upgrade your body. Those certain items will only work at certain levels." She replies before taking out a small metal device. It's a grip covered in a rubbery substance. On top of it is a small stone circle. There's a cord coming out the bottom with a bracelet at the end. "What's that?" Vera asks upon seeing it. "It's how we measure physical strength. The bracelet blocks your law from circulating. This makes sure you don't use it to increase your strength. Cyrilda replies before handing the device to Rowan. You've used this before? Show him how it works. She says before Rowan takes it. He puts the bracelet on and grabs the grip. He starts squeezing it as hard as he can. After a few seconds, the stone lights up and the number 5 appears above it. You've gone up one, Sarah says a little bitterly. Now it's your turn, Lorik. Then you, Vera. I want to know where you both are physically. It's important to have a strong body as a mage, so while we won't focus on it, we will be training your bodies too. Cyrilda says as Rowan hands the grip to Lorik. He puts the bracelet on and squeezes. He gets the number 6, but instead of being blue like Rowan, it's golden. What does gold mean? Lorik asks while handing the grip to Vera. It means you're about to move on to the next level. Each level has its own differences. Red means you're barely at it, while blue means you're in the middle. While it might not make much of a difference now, it will later. A gold level 15 is much stronger than a red of the same level. Cyrilda replies as Vera squeezes. She gets a blue 6 and poots. I thought for sure being a demon would put me ahead of you, she says, causing Lorik to chuckle.